Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm not listening to a book. I don't got a lot of book on Audible I haven't listened to yet. Right now I'm waiting for next month. I'm trying to save a little bit more for while I'm at work stuff. And hopefully I can last until next month, when like the second of next month when my membership goes through again, and then I get the credit. Right now I think I've got a couple more months of like $1 a month before it goes back up to normal prices. And yeah, I want to take advantage of that to get the books, not spend more money to get them. So today we're going to listen to some music because I don't really want to run with nothing right now. It's cold enough out here. I want something to distract me from the cold. Yeah, it's decent out actually. A little chilly, but we'll manage once we get warmed up and moving. We're walking a quarter mile for our actual warm-up, and then we're running the warm-up and cool-down of the run. Just running them, not worrying about pace or anything too much. I'm going to shoot for around 7:30 pace again. We'll see if we can manage that, but hopefully we can. If we can, that'll get us a mile and a half, a little more than a mile and a half, because it's a mile run, it says, but quarter mile warm-up walk, because I don't want to miss that dog that's around that corner sometimes. So I'm just going down into town and picking up a car. So yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit, probably mid-run, right? So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Hey guys, just got done a couple minutes ago. We averaged the 7:22 pace, the warm-up section, what it has for warm-up, which we didn't do the warm-up, obviously. We just jumped right into the running there. But first 2 minutes was about 8-minute-ish pace, about a quarter mile. Then we did the 1 mile run portion of it. We got a 7:08. Yep. Then the 2 mile cool down, we did about a 7:33 pace. Not 2 mile, 2 minute cool down. It's about a 7:33 pace. About just over a quarter mile. But yeah, we're finished with that now. Don't think I'm gonna run any more today, but I am throwing in extra running of my own. I'm going to start doing a little bit, simply because where this training plan is moving into, and it's actually for me, I know not for everyone, but for me it's actually ultimately it's reducing the mile, it's dropping my mileage. I want my mileage to go up more, so I'm going to be throwing in some supplemental mileage of my own. Like tomorrow I'll probably run 2 to 4 miles instead of the 1 mile is how it wants me to do. But I'm not sure yet exactly what I'll do then, but I am needing to start adding additional mileage so that I can actually be getting enough mileage for me. Everyone's different, obviously, and this plan, when I chose, it's not run with a time goal, because it wasn't letting me do that. So I had to go with the just run. And so its mileage is not being what I wanted, quite what I wanted, but it does give you a nice rough guideline, tells you, hey, run today, stuff like that. And if it does throw in some speed workouts, that would be nice. I don't know if it will. If it does, that'll be a little later in the plan, I think. So, but for now, I can throw in supplemental mileage of my own, and I can be like, 1 mile, you still having me just do 1 mile? Okay, this day of the 1 mile running you want me to do, I'll just do an all-out mile. Throw some fun into it or whatever, Or, I'll do this mile, but I'll do fast for the first quarter and then slow and whatever, just change it up a bit. Which this one does leave a lot to me in terms of my pace and stuff. And then it is lower mileage than I would like, so I am going to have to throw in additional mileage. I know I said that earlier, but yeah. And if you're following a training plan like this one, you know, following a training plan, if you're just beginning, it is best to stick to the training plan the way that it is set up if you're just beginning, because you don't necessarily know enough to really add in stuff on your own. If you do add in stuff, it should be lighter stuff if you're just beginning. If you've been running for a while and you started to get a little feel for what your body responds to best, you can actually start throwing in a little bit more stuff, a little other stuff. Maybe even some speed workouts you start throwing in on your own. Once you've gotten that kind of that feel for it. Like for me right now, my focus though is building my base back up. And so I know for that, I want higher mileage than this plan is giving me right now. So I'll add in more easy mileage because it will help me to build my base back up. If I was going for a specific time, like if I was shooting for getting an all-time PR in the 5K or whatever, so getting under an 18:46, which is really, it's in the low 6s per mile. The pace is low 6s. What I'd want to do is I'd want to make sure I'm getting enough easy mileage for sure too. But I'd also probably be throwing in some more race-specific workouts, like 400s or mile repeats at goal pace, or actually, I think better is even a little faster than your goal pace. So I'd say probably 18:46 is my PR. I'd want to first shoot for getting under 18:36, just because that makes some of the stuff a little easy to do than going for getting sub 18, just because for right now, for the example to you guys, a little easier to do the mental math on 18:36, which is 6 minutes per mile. So then if you're going to be doing 400s, you want to do those at 1:30 or faster for your 400s. If you're doing a 400 workout, try and break 18:36. You're going to go for under 1:30. Each 400, you're going to do about 12 of them. That's about a 5K. 5K, 12 and a half, 400s. Thinking about 12 of them with probably like, say, minutes rest between, or whatever, you know? Or you want to do mile repeats? You can give yourself a little more rest if you're doing mile repeats, probably. But then you do 6 minutes or under for each of the miles in that. So then, if you do 1Ks, then I'd rather be trying to break 18, I think, easier, right? No, it's not much different. I don't know. I actually don't know what I'd be trying to break for 1Ks, what I'd be trying to do, but yeah. Anyway, I'm almost to my car. It'll be nice and warm. So, but yeah, you want to just kind of map it out in your head. Just kind of, if you want to do easy mental math, there are some that are easier to do. I mean, if you're trying to break a 21-minute 5K, you know that's going to be a little under 7 minutes per mile. You can kind of go off of that and be like, okay, I want to be under 7 minutes per mile, whatever. Just like find out the rough pace of that 5K time you want to beat. And then when you do a speed workout, you want to be doing it a little faster than that. So, anyway. Ooh, nice. Yeah. Okay, my sister was the last one to drive this cart. Where you get caught on right there? Okay. And she sits way too close to the wheel. It sits way too straight backed. It's like, no, not that of it. Okay, sorry. But, yeah. Then just kind of map it out from there. I mean, there are some that I know just because they're really big miles. They're pretty big milestones. So I know them for some of the paces. Like I know a 20-minute 5K, that's about 6:26 per mile. That was a big goal of mine for a lot of my high school career, was to get under 6 minutes per mile. So anyway, I hope it's not, I hope that's not connected. Yeah, okay. Okay, good. Anyway, so I try to, oh, hi guys. Sorry, backing out. I can talk while I'm driving. Anyway, yep, there is a way. I just, there you go. Yeah. But I know some of those bigger ones just because they were my goal for a while. So I was focused on trying to break that. So, you know, you really locked in on that pace, on trying to learn that pace really well. Then 18:36, I know that's 6 minutes because I actually did the math on it myself at one point. I don't know, forget what the 6 minute pace was for a 5K or whatever. It's roughly 6:36, give or take it like less than a second. So, but no, I mean, there are obviously people who haven't broken 30 minutes yet in the 5K, and well, then they just need to work on that, you know, like, that's where they're at, fine, as long as they're working at it, and, or if they're not really trying to get better, if they're just enjoying it, it's fine too, you know. Me, obviously, my main thing is I want to enjoy it and get faster. I want to always be working at being my best. Sometimes I do terrible at that, other times I do amazing, right? You know? And so, like, right now, because I know I would have been doing better if I just hadn't taken the summer off, but I did. So, you know, if I hadn't taken the summer off completely, as completely as I did, if I kept running through the summer like I had for quite a few years before, when I was in high school and going into college, and I was actually, and that summer running was crucial, I'm sure, to my performance in the season even. And so knowing that that's important, what was it? Anyway, but keeping myself in shape is important to me now, especially now that I've done that and saw how much of an impact that actually had, taking so much time off of running, and how much of an impact that had on my results. And so now I'm running again, and I've gotten back decent, you know, like, I'm not where I want to be yet, but I am in a good spot, and I will be continuing to improve. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do when I go out on my mission, but I will be, if I can, I'll still be running, and if not, I'll be staying in shape in one way or another, I'm sure. So, and I'm just imagining myself ending up in, like, one of the most hot, I'm just imagining myself ending up in one of the most hot, humid places on the mission, getting another companion who's runner, and just ended up just running everywhere in the full suit and tie or whatever, you know, or as much as we're wearing for that, you know, which would vary, I'm sure, but in a hot, humid place, probably short sleeve shirts, but still, like, church dress, you know, and the slacks. And your nice church shoes, just like, we would get so sweaty, probably wouldn't bring many people in. Probably wouldn't be able to get into many homes to talk to anyone. Unless they're a runner, maybe then we could. It's like, yeah, that's totally what's gonna happen, right? But I don't know. I mean, if it is, it is. You know, I don't know. Wherever I go, if I can be running, I will be. Not exactly sure what all the things you're allowed to do, whatnot on there, because, you know, you want to be focused on the real purpose being out there, right? But if I can be running, I will be. I probably won't be able to be recording it and getting it and posting it, you know, like I have been right now, but yeah, I'll still be out there. I'll still be working on myself as much as I can, regardless of my, like, I'll be working on some aspect of myself, and I'll try to at least stay in as close shape as I can to what I was when I left, if not improve it. So, yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another 1 mile run, which we're probably going to do more than a mile, because 1 mile isn't enough for me anymore. I got to get more mileage in the week. So, see you guys.